Welcome to today's Strong and Steady class. I am Jen. Let's get started with our dynamic stretching warm-up. Let's start with our arms, working them in small circles, moving to bigger circles. Good, keeping your torso nice and still as you sit on your sit bones on your chair. Now reverse directions. Think that you're relaxing from your ears on down. Even though your arms are working in circles, we're trying to keep as relaxed in the tops of shoulders as we can. Now I'm working through one arm at a time, big circles here. Good, and now the other. Today's class, we have 4 circuits of work. We're going to combine both 2 different types of circuits. We're going to do AMRAP, which is as many reps as possible within a defined period of time. And we're also going to do EMOM, now let's hinge, which is every minute on the minute you rotate, okay? Now, we'll start with an AMRAP. We're going to work for 6 minutes, and we're going to do 3 different exercises. So we'll start with chair, squat to press, so we'll need dumbbells, and then lateral raises, so standing, raising our arms from our sides, knuckles up, to extended from our shoulders, and then we'll rehinge and get into bent over reverse rows. All right, so what's magical about this first one is our number of repetitions. We're gonna work for 6 minutes. In the first round, we're gonna go 2 reps, 2 reps, 2 reps. And then right into the next round of 4 reps, 4 reps, 4 reps, and so on. We'll keep growing number of repetitions with each exercise until our 6-minute time expires, okay? So think through our plan here. Squat to curl to press. I'm sorry, not squat to curl to press, just squat to press, okay? So we're gonna have it stacked on our shoulders and we're gonna press up to the ceiling. Now, if pressing up to the ceiling doesn't feel good to you, you can just do here, just squat with it, the weights on the rack, as it were, so they're up, okay? And so all that is still loaded in your core, up a little bit higher so you're focusing, but if we're not pressing, that's okay. Don't worry about not pressing in that. All right, and then we have lateral raises. Can you use that same weight for your lateral raises? Or do you go without weight? Or do you reach for water bottles to do this weight? Because that one's tough. Okay, and then you're bent over, hinged, and rows. And typically we can do heavier weight with these rows. So do you have a bag of books that you can use to pull up? Okay, all right, so all that said, talking's over. All right, I'm getting my dumbbells. I'm gonna do these orange ones for my press, for my lateral raises. I'm gonna do slightly lighter ones. Okay. All right, ready? I'm gonna start the timer. We're on our chair, on our sit bones. We've got 2 squat to presses. All right, let's get going. All right, heels into the ground and push to the ceiling. Lower those elbows and sit down. And press and back down. Okay, now I'm lowering those dumbbells. I'm grabbing slightly lighter ones to come to standing with softly bent knees. Exhale, raise, and lower, and lower. Okay, I'm gonna grab my heavier ones for my bent over rows. 1 and 2. Good, hinge to come to standing and back to seated. 4, 1, and sit. 2. Now, what happens in these kinds of workouts is we start out pretty energetic. I did this similar format yesterday, lateral raises. And I like to keep track of how high I got. And in the first circuit, I got to 16 reps of everything. The next ones, I did not get that many because I was tired. Didn't have as much mustard. Good. Okay, now we have sixes. Sitting back down, finding our sit bones, stacking our weights, digging our heels. 1, and sit. 2, let yourself come to a complete stop. 3, 4, 5. You're carrying a bowl of soup. 6. Okay. Don't spill. All right, 6 lateral raises. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Good. Reverse rows. Bent over, straight back. 1, 2, 3. Elbows are being drawn to the ceiling. 5 and 6. Okay, back to a seated. All right, stack those weights, dig those heels. We got 8 here now. 2. Now, even though I didn't say this was a heart rate burner, I'm starting to feel my heart rate pick up. So this is good. I'm picking a good tempo. I'm working hard. I'm working under control. My heart is pumping. This is 8 for me. Sit with control. All right, I'm getting my slightly lighter weights. Now remember, we're down in our shock absorbers for these lateral raises. Don't buck your hips. 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Good. Okay, bent over rows, hinge, flat back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Okay, here we go. We got 10s. We're under 2 minutes. Let's go. Dig those heels in. Inhale and exhale to rise. 1, 2, 3. Good. I like how fluid you guys are being. I can see it. Nicely done. 6, 7. Don't be on your toes to rise. Heels. 9 and 10. Good. Dumbbells down. 1, 2, 3. Use your breath. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Whoo, tops of shoulders are getting tired. That was a push-pull sequence there. All right, hinge and row. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Think neutral spine. 8, 9, and 10. Guess what, guys? You're done. Whew. 6 minutes. Okay. All right. Get a quick drink of water. We have 6 minutes on the clock again for our first EMOM. Every minute on the minute. Okay. So for this guy, we're going to do a lunge to front kick. Okay, intentionally, this is not a deep lunge. It's more like a split stance, right? Because we're thinking boxing, back, similar to our knee thrust, except for we are snapping the heel out there, okay? So we want to get back, the foot that's back, squeeze that glute. We want to power off the ball of that foot, right? If we were still ready to sprint, we could angle forward and press off and sprint forward, okay? That's the energy we want to get from the ground with these, okay? So we have 10 with one leg, switcheroo to the other side, 10, all right? Strong in the core. And then we'll take a rest until we get to the top of the next minute. Then we have squat punches. Okay, so you want to pick a weight that you can do, and we have 20 sets. So it's 1, 2, 3, and 4. I'm gonna pick a lighter weight. I don't think I wanna do that with that weight today. Okay, so I'm getting something a little bit lighter for 20 sets of squat punches. And we're not really in a demi squat, we're just down into our shock absorbers. So we can do this without bouncing. Okay, all right, so those are 2 rotations. Lunge to front kick, and then squat punches. Hey, there's a real kickboxing theme, self-defense theme in this first EMOM. Okay, you ready? All right, steady, and let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Switch to the other side. Okay, my left foot is down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Draw that knee through, snap the heel. 8, 9, and 10. Woo! Okay, we got 25 seconds of rest. Good, shake those legs out and get yourself ready. Okay, so we're working hard in this EMOM. The idea is maximum effort, okay? So you frame that with what feels good for you, okay? Squat punches in 3, 2, and 1. So right, left, right. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Whoo, I got 30 seconds of rest now. You're doing fine. Now my form with that, I had palms down, so I was punching away, okay? We're using more of the tops of our shoulders when our palms are down. If we rotate thumbs up, then we get a little bit more chest and a little bit more in that inside seam here of muscles. Okay. All right, so I'm getting myself ready for my second round of that split stance or lunge to front kick. Ready? 3, 2, and 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Okay, now I'm keeping the chair on the same side as me and keeping my right hand down. You do what feels good for you. This bounces me really well. Ready? And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Use that glute. 9 and 10. Okay, keep your core engaged. I don't want for that to get into your low back in a painful way. So moderate your speed if you need to, okay? We have 5 seconds and we're in our second round of squat punches. Now I am gonna upgrade to heavier. I'm gonna challenge myself. Ready? Get into your shock absorbers. 3, 2, and 1. Let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Palms down. 7, 8. Core nice and tight. 10. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Good. Okay, dumbbells down. Whew. All right, that's a good pairing. We're getting some nice recovery time here as our heart rate continues to grow. Even in our rest, we still got 15 seconds. Inhale and exhale. Nice and slow and controlled. All right, we're on our last round of these split stance to front kicks. Keep your low belly nice and tight, no compression in your low back. Ready, steady, let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Make sure that front knee bends. 8, 9, and 10. I was working with a client recently who had hip replacement and was really hesitant to bend that front knee, but it's required. All right, ready? And 1, 2, 3, 4, bend. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Good, okay. 20 seconds, and we're our last round of squat punches. Now with those lunge to front kicks, I really like them because you can work on your balance with that, holding onto the chair only as much as you need. All right, get into your shock absorbers for this last round of squat punches. Weight in your heels. Ready, let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, strong laterally. 6, that's armpit to hip. 8, 9, 10, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Good, excellent job. All right, now you're free to get some water before we switch gears back to our AMRAP, the long work. But we're gonna take that accelerated heart rate with us, okay, for good work. All right, our work in the second round of AMRAP, we have our bent over front back punches, right? So one arm goes to the front and the back. We do a full swing of the arm for a count of 1. Add dumbbells as you're able. All right, then we have RDL to upright row. Okay, so that means we're in our bent over position. Our bent over position with a flat back, dumbbells hanging, pull from your hamstrings, glutes, low belly to come to upright, and then pull elbows to the ceiling for the row. Drop your hands, and then we're back. So then we really are feeling like a piston or an oil rig. Okay, all right. So that's RDL to upright row, and then we have tricep extension. So we'll take the same weight or be ready to change if you need to, arms overhead, bending at the elbows, and straighten. Okay, so bend over front back punches, RDL to upright row, and tricep extensions. Okay, make sure you're in your shock absorbers for the tricep extensions. All right, we're doing 2, 4, 6, 8. None of these are sitting down unless you feel you need to, and then you may sit with the tricep extensions, okay? On your sit bones, neutral posture. All right, I'm looking at the weights I want to use here. Okay, ready? Starting with the front pack punches, let's get going. We got 2, bent over, swing front and back is 1, front and back is 2. Now I'm repositioning my dumbbells, RDL, in row. All the way down, RDL, and row. Now I'm grasping my dumbbells again, sending them overhead. 1 and 2. Good, okay, now I'm back to the top, bent over front back, palms to the wall. 4 of these. Good. 2, 3, and 4. Good, dumbbells on their ears. RDL, hamstrings, glutes, and low belly. And row. 2. This is our 3. Our oil rig. And 4. Grab those dumbbells again, send them up overhead. 1, 2, get in your shock absorbers. 3, that was a reminder to me. And 4, lower them with control. Okay, back, bend over. 6, front back for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, turning them on their ears, grabbing them by the other ear. RDL to row and down. Good, we shouldn't be rounding. So think tight low belly, squeeze through the lats. 6 right here. Now grasp them, deadlift, press, and tricep extensions. 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Okay, we're lowering them. We're hinging forward. Round of 8, ready? Flat back. 1, 2, 3. Not fast work, but consistent work. 5, 6, 7, and 8. Good, on the ears, RDL to upright row. 1, 2, 3. Your chest should be reaching for the ground in your neutral spine here. 5, 6, 7, and 8. Okay, regrip. Press to the ceiling, sit in your shock absorbers, 8 tricep extensions. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Lower it. Okay, here we go. Round of 10. Ready? 1. We're in bent over, front back. That's 2. 3. Now you're controlling the descent. 5. Good. I see a lot of arms moving. Excellent work. 7, 8, 9, and 10. Okay, hinging up, RDL to upright row. 1, 2, pulling up the zipper from belly button to chin. 4, 5, good, 5 more. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And lower it, regrip those dumbbells, deadlift up, press to the ceiling, sink into your knees and your shock absorbers. And let's do these tricep extensions. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And there is the blessed bell. Woo! Good work. All right, a quick drink of water, and I'll explain what's coming next for our EMOM. Okay, we are not using our chair. We're doing power skips followed by dumbbell skier arms. Okay, so both of these are going to be great ones for training that lovely heart muscle you all have. Now for the dumbbell skier arms, we're talking about the pairs. So one is both knees getting up to the ceiling, right? Alternating. And skier arms, obviously, both arms are going at the same time, so we'll count each of those repetitions. Okay, we don't need dumbbells to start. We'll get them for the skier arms. Have you guys had enough recovery? We're good to go? Okay, all right. So power skips, ready, steady, let's go. So reach, 1, reach, and 2, reach, 3, working from the balls of your feet, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Keep your core straight, 9, and 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Good balance, 10. All right, as I topple over. Okay, we have 15 seconds, so reach for your dumbbells that you want to use for this skier arms. All right, remember, we're sending the weight away from our center of gravity. Be mindful here. How strong is your core right now? Okay, ready? 20 of these, let's go. 1, 2, 3. Exhale into that low belly. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Strong and powerful. 8, 9, and 10. Okay, dumbbells down. We have about 15 seconds of recovery before our next round of power skips. Okay, you can do it. Heart rate's climbing a little bit, okay? Inhale and exhale. You got this, ready? 5, 4, 3, nice and tighten the obliques, and let's go. 1, 2, 3, reaching for the ceiling. 4, 5, 6, get that knee up, focus on one-legged balance. 8, 9, and 10. 1, 2, 3, and 4. You got it. 5, I'm working it. 6, I can do this. 7, 8, 9, last one, 10. All right, good. We have 15 seconds before these swings again, and we have one more set of each one of those, and then we're done, and we're on the ground. Okay, get your dumbbells. All right, ready? Strong and powerful, inhale and exhale. Let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4. If you're feeling tired, just swing those arms. 7, 8. You want to end up vertical and not with your hips thrusting. 9 more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 4 more. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Good. Okay. One more of each. So we're finishing these with about 15 seconds. So hardly any time left. 90 seconds of work remaining. Okay, we can do this. Positive self-talk. I'm building myself up. Ready, steady, let's go. Skip, 1 and 2, 3. Add a little bounce if you can. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. 10 more. And 1, 2, 3. You got it. 4, 5, 6. A lot of energy. 8, 9, and 10. Excellent. 15 more seconds. Our last round of dumbbell skier arms. Breathe energy into that low belly. If you believe in such a thing, I do. I believe that I can tell myself I have more energy. All right, you ready? 3, 2, and 1. And let's swing. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Find that personal mantra. 2, 4. I don't know if I told you guys this one, but one of my favorites used to be, there will come a day when I can no longer do this. And today is not that day. Give me one more. Good. All right, nice job. Get some water. Way to get that heart rate up. Nice, we have 20 minutes now to work on our core. All right. All right, so I'm gonna grab a yoga block just so I can demonstrate some things to you guys later on. So I just have it handy. Okay, so I have my yoga block. I got myself down to the ground, sorry. I know you guys can get your way down there with your chair into a half kneel. Okay, so we're gonna start in the position all the way on the ground that I call stargazer, okay? So we're gonna go ahead and lower ourselves to the mat. All right, now, at the beginning of every class, I ask the people that are in my class to just take a moment and feel the imprint of their body into the mat. And really try and think which each body area uniquely. Okay, so here I am lying on the ground and I have my palms down by my sides. All right, and my feet are into the ground. But I always start with my head, and my head is resting heavily into the mat, creating a little nudge like I'm laying on a beach in the sand. And then I'm gonna allow my chest to soften and to feel the weight of the tops of my back, my upper back down into the mat, an area uniquely above your shoulder blades. And then I get down to my shoulder blades and I want to soften again in that area right below my breastbone, right? So if my breastbone extended all the way across, I'll sometimes refer to it as my bra line. Let that area get heavy and relaxed. Okay, and then I can feel the little curve in my lower back that my spine provides. And then my pelvis is resting on the ground, and then my feet are resting on the ground. My knees are sticking straight up toward the ceiling, and I can feel my inner thighs controlling the direction of my knees. If I slowly contract through my inner thighs and release, I'm reminded, oh yeah, they're there, they're working. Okay, and now I get ready for my breath. So I'm going to take my first inhale and then exhale, evacuating all the air out of my belly. And then on my next inhale and exhale, I'm gonna be more intentional. So I'm gonna inhale, directing the breath into my rib cage and not my belly. So my rib cage expands and I exhale. And now adding into that, as I inhale, I'm going to expand through the rib cage. And as I exhale, I'm going to think about lifting my pelvic floor. Now don't let your low back press into the mat as you lift your pelvic floor. Just lift, 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 like you're trying to hold your urine in. Inhale into the rib cage. And now add in not only a pelvic floor lift, but a deepening and wrapping sensation from your transverse abdominis, your deepest layer of your muscle wall on that anterior side. Okay. And then finally, we're gonna knit together our rib cage, contracting our intercostal muscles, those muscles on the inside of our rib cage. Now, don't let your shoulders flare forward. Stay heavy in the bra line, but squeeze the rib cage, okay? Making that belly as hard as you can from the inside out. Okay, now with the next exhale, we're gonna float our bent right leg up into a position where it's right over our hip. And the leg is seated there as a dead free weight for your core, which is still nice and tight, bent at a right angle. And the foot is loose, just hanging there. And now with the next exhale, you're gonna extend that foot, straightening the leg as though you're passing the foot through a mail slot, and find deeper wrapping in your low belly so that you don't arch your back or conversely press it into the mat. Okay, quick inhale and exhale, draw it back. Let's continue that with the right leg. Chair is this right angle position. Exhale, single leg stretch. Inhale and exhale. Now try not to think with the quad muscle that you're contracting and lengthening the quad. Rather, imagine that you're pushing that leg out with your right oblique. Drawing it in by contracting from the oblique. Exhale, extending it out by pushing it out from the oblique. Low belly stays tight. Inhale and exhale. Good. Okay, return it to chair and lower it to the ground. Let's switch sides. Now, palms are pressed into the mat to remind us of lat activation. So don't forget to do that to fire up your lateral sides, okay? Inhale into the ribs. Exhale, belly flattens and leg floats up into chair, okay? Use that next inhale. And then exhale, extend that left leg out into the mail slot. And draw it back in. Now using that imagination, imagine that movement's controlled by your core, your oblique, extending, pushing on the pedal from your left oblique. And then as you draw it back in, you're contracting from your oblique. Lats pushing down, contract through the oblique to draw it back. All the while, your low belly stays nice and tight and your ribs stay knotted together. Good. Now float that other leg down to the ground. Okay, now we're gonna take it up a notch. We're gonna float both legs out into chair, and we'll hold one in chair while one slides through the mail slot. And as it comes back, then the other will slide through the mail slot. So we're gonna have alternating movements. Okay, you ready? Palms down, float the right leg up, deep low belly, breathe into that so you stabilize your low back. Exhale, draw them both up. Okay, on your next exhale, right leg extends to the mail slot. Return, left leg extends to the mail slot. So this is harder. We don't have the ground to help us stabilize our pelvis. We're stabilizing our pelvis with our low belly. Good. If this is too much for you and you find that you're arching your back, put one foot on the ground and work one leg at a time. Exhale deeply as you extend. And I like to exhale with each bit of movement. I'm back to my opposite, my left side. I'm returning them both into chair, and I'm gonna lower them both one at a time to the ground with control. Okay, good. Give yourself a little rest. Even though I don't want you overworking those hip flexors, I know they're working, it's just a misdirection, okay? We're trying to focus on obliques, transferring the energy up to our obliques, that they are what's pressing the leg out, and not our hip flexors and our quads. Now for this next level, okay, we're going to have them work simultaneously. As one goes out, one retracts. Make sure that you retract it just to over your hip. We don't want to pull it all the way in to our chest, okay? So that is a change from what you might normally be used to doing, okay? So you extend and then draw it right back over your hip so it's in that right angle. Both working in opposition like they are two pedals on a bike. As one goes up, one goes down. Okay, you ready? Inhale, exhale, right leg floats up in a chair. Exhale, left leg floats up in a chair. Okay, heavy low belly, palms down. Okay, ready? Inhale. And exhale, right leg extends. Now the double work goes. One goes out, one comes in. We're training that low belly to be active all the time, no matter the movement that we're making. Nice and slow. If you can do 2 or 3 more, but stop when you feel yourself getting so fatigued that some areas that shouldn't be barking at you are. Okay, so then we lower one leg at a time with control. Okay, good. Okay, focus, focus, focus on the low belly. That's the first element of the building block for protecting our spine and for learning this work. Okay, all right, now here we are. We have just done a ton in our crease. Let's take the pressure off and let's go ahead and work on our glute bridge. Okay, so here we go. We're working into a less stable environment because our spine is not going to be totally secure on the mat. We're going to be pressing one vertebrae at a time, our pelvis off the ground, okay? All right, so let's start in our stargazer pose, knees pointed at the ceiling, okay? Palms are down. All right, I want you to think heavy in your heels, light on your toes, like your toes are doing a little dance. They're not gonna be clenched and worried. They're just free and enjoying the fresh air, as it were. Okay. Now, don't let your knees come together. They're maintaining their nice parallel. Palms are down. Inhale into the rib cage. Exhale, deep low belly contraction. Rib cage closing. Okay, with the next breath, then we'll start our work. Inhale and exhale. We're contracting in the low belly and rib cage so much that we begin scooping and our tailbone floats off the mat. Heels get heavy as we continue peeling one vertebrae at a time. Feel that low belly contract to pull the spine. Dig those heels even more, press the palms. Good, until you reach this highest position where you're like a slide and you can feel the energy in your hamstrings, glutes trickling down to your lats. Your toes are light, your toes are dancing, your heels are heavy. Good. And now we're going to soften through the chest and shoulder blades, hinging at the rib cage as we start melting one vertebrae at a time back down to the mat. The last thing to go is the hamstrings and then the feet. Okay, good. Visualize a snake here, folks, right? You want this to be a lengthening process for your spine. Your spine can be strong and solid, but it can also bend and rotate and articulate. And that's what we're working on right now, okay, is that articulation. Let's go again, okay? Palms are down, heels are heavy. Inner thighs, you should feel them supporting you now, okay? They are a connector with that pelvic floor of yours, okay? So as you lift that pelvic floor, you might feel those inner thighs light up, and that's natural, okay? Inhale into the ribcage. Exhale, heavy heels. Scoop the belly, tailbone floats, sacrum comes, heels get even heavier. Start engaging your lats by pressing your palms through the ground. Good, and you're all the way up. Take one more breath here like we're in a plank. So we're gonna hold this, inhaling to the rib cage. Exhale, pelvic floor transverse rib cage. Good, inhale and let's start softening through the chest and shoulder blades. One vertebrae at a time, working its way, lengthening down to the mat. Low back, pelvis, and then release the hamstrings. Good. Okay. Now we're going to do a little bit of rotational movement. So the next element is called knee sway. And I'm going to move over so you can see me at a little bit of an angle. Knee sway is a way for us to really start lighting up our lateral side. Okay, so we're staying in the stargazer pose. And I'm going to let my legs just drift off to the left as they fall. I'm releasing tension, but I'm keeping my right shoulder blade down on the ground. So they're only going to go so far as this, my own rotation, will allow them to do. Okay, I'm pausing for a minute to just evaluate how this feels, the strength I'm getting. And then when I engage and use my breath, go through my setup, I'm then going to activate my right side, lat to oblique, to drag my knees back up to the ceiling. So I'm not pulling from my legs. My legs are a dead weight. All right, you ready? Inhale. And exhale, low belly, rib cage, lat to oblique, pulling those legs back to the ceiling. Okay, ready? Let's go again. Legs are drifting to the left. The right side of the pelvis lifts up off the ground. I get a nice stretch in my low back perhaps, but my right shoulder blade is down, right hand is down. All right, inhale. And exhale, pelvic floor, transverse rib cage, lat to oblique. Good, let's do one more, just a little bit more quickly. Legs are falling. Good, okay, now let's go the other way. So legs falling to the right. Excellent, your rotation may be better or worse this way. All right, left shoulder blade down, left palm is down. We're gonna use that lats to hip connection here to drag those legs up. You ready? Exhale into your body setup and drag the knees to the ceiling. Good. Okay, let's go again. One more. Good. Okay. Now, I'm going to teach you one last thing here, and it won't be a heavy duty thing, but just to end, we're going to go over what's called rib cage arms. So being on our back is a great place to do it. And I want you to just think about it, especially, well, everyone. Okay. So let's go ahead and bring our arms to our side, but rest them palms facing each other on your pinkies. Okay. And now I'm going to begin raising my arms up from my hips, keeping them in parallel until they're over my chest. Okay, now that they're over your chest, I want you to, they're in this great position where you can squeeze through your armpits, right? Okay, you're finding your armpits, you're finding your lats. This movement is all dictated by your lats, okay? All right, now, As we squeeze through our armpits, we can draw our arms down, right? And get that lat connection. Great, I got it. Yep, okay. But now as they come up overhead, I want to continue to try and find that tension in my lats and let that connection to my arms dictate my range of motion, right? My shoulder blades I can feel in the mat and I'm keeping them steady. I'm not letting go of my lat connection. If I did and I reached overhead and my shoulder blade slid up, then I've suddenly lost it. Okay, so my shoulders are down, my lats are engaged, and my shoulder blades are stable. Okay, exhale, draw your arms back down to your ribs or to your hips. Okay, now I'm just working through this range of motion with my arms only as much as the connection to my lats will allow. Okay. And then once you find that, you can imagine that your arms are free weights for your lats, right? As your arms fall back and approach your ears, not that they can go that far, but as they approach your ears, you can find that connection and contract through the lats to draw your arms back to your hips. Okay. One more. And exhale, contract, and draw your arms all the way to the ground. Good. Okay, let's roll over onto our sides and press up to a seated position. Great job today, guys. We're learning a lot. Yay. Okay. Thanks for joining me. You're welcome, Joyce. We will see you next Tuesday. Have a wonderful 4th of July holiday. Bye.